Blog Talk Radio.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6. Here come the voodoo. What you gonna do with my crew? Back from the dead once more again. Fucking up the flow again. Fuck it, here we go again. Oh, not me again. Last time I went shit. Burnt down the church coming through like the exorcist. Next to this, you getting put on my shit list. Pro-lifers kick this. You can't fuck with this. Wicked, wow, wicked style. I don't give a fuck, I'll get fucked wow. I'm psycho, just like Michael. And I might go a little something like this. Suicidal list, dangerous minds bust when I bust. Kicking up dust, now I must in God you trust. If I add just, then I add just this. No justice, no peace, bloody body police. Belly of the beast, got me feeling for a cracker. Jack be nimble, make your body tremble. Cardiac arrest from the one in the chest. Then I'll KILLTHEFETUS. Yes, I'm down with NATAS. I suggest you try, but don't cry. Cause the wicked shit'll never die.
Didn't think you ever gonna die, did you?
Kill me! Once again I resurrected. Niggas unexpected. The closed casket. When I leaped out and blasted a basket. Case symptoms of insanity. I'm not alone. Having fatal thoughts of putting a chrome to my dome. Now what kind of wicked shit is some old wicked shit? Not so many niggas all on the devil digging shit. Stay up off my dick, my style sick, but I'm so sick of this. Helter skelter bite, my shit is so ridiculous. I know my shit's fatter than Luther Vandross. Psychic connection, wanna hit me with the Holy Ghost. Overdose, diagnose, niggas in the comatose. Once I fuck ya, nigga motherfuck ya. Voodoo, wicked child, born a bastard. Visions of bloody bodies being blasted. Thinking of excuses, voices in my head, mental abuses. To lose my mind on a flat line, refuses to answer. You confess shit to your question. Me and myself versus Smith and Wesson. I'm that nigga with the wicked ass flow. Bitch, you better act like you know, cause the wicked shit'll never die.
Hey! You ruined my record, man! I just bought it!
The wicked shit'll never 187, never go to heaven. And fuck that reverend all day whenever. And feel like giving up, mind starts blowing up. Some old wicked shit, once again I'm throwing up a fit. I'm never gonna get into heaven. That's why I bought me a 357. Fuck a reverend, and God I can't trust this true. So when I go to hell, better me and not you. I'ma walk the bloody trail and you can follow if you want. If you truly understand, but my man I think you don't. I'm a suicidal, vital, my title's homicidal. So many niggas that died when I write my recital. They don't understand that I got a plan for the clan. The Aryan nation, white Caucasian. I'm sick of all this bullshit, I'd rather be dead. But first I better put a bullet in your head instead. They said that everything I said was a lie. But if you go and kill the fetus, you cry. But the wicked shit'll never die.
What up, though? Squeedo here. Real Talk Radio. First, before we let anybody on, I want to spread some news a little bit. I got my T-shirt in the mail of Venus Flytrap album, which is just the cover, has the cover of the album on the front. It's fucking fresh as hell. You go to suicidalist.com to go get all of your RLP-related attire. They got Double Moon T-shirts. They got Wicked Worldwide, or RLP with the Globe T-shirts. They got Nas T-shirts, bandanas, etc. They got Nas T-shirts as well for each individual member and shit. So go there, support RLP Camp if you support them. Go there, buy their shit. Dirt cheap, $25 a shirt, I believe it is. With I think 10, or not 10, I think $3 or $4 for shipping. Not too shabby of price. The other thing that's non-rap related news is that the band, the metalcore band that I've been following since I was 16, The Devil Wears Prada, they're coming out with they have a pre-order for their new album called 818. It's out right now. You could go on tdwp.com, which is their website, and you can pre-order the album. And whenever you pre-order it, you can get 2 singles, digital download singles, right then and there. So you got something to listen to while you're waiting for your pre-order. But that being said, I'm going to let Dominic on because he's been on hold the longest.
Yo, what's up, Guido?
What up, Del?
So, have you been liking my memes that I've been making?
Oh, dude, don't even get me started on that.
Oh, come on, they're so good.
I know. All right, I'm going to let, who is it? I'm trying to see here. I'm going to let Mordecai on because he's waiting on the longest second.
Hello.
What up, though, Mordecai?
What's up? Everybody.
What up?
What's up,
What
everybody?
Up? Good. What's up with you?
Not much. Just chilling. That's it.
Are you
Having
in
a great
Canada?
No, I'm still in Michigan. I get out of probation on the 31st. Thank the fuck God.
Right.
Nice.
You know, I told you that, Lucas. I get off on probation first. You know.
Right, you did.
You know?
All right, well,
You
I'm
know,
going to let Jay up on here, and then after I let Jay up on here, we'll let Sasha Doll on here, and then we'll get into some of her reactions to some of the shit that went down since last time we talked. I'm going to let Jay on here.
Yeah.
What up, though,
What
Jay?
up, though?
What
up, Jay?
up?
What's good? Poop, much poop love.
Much poop love. Poop commander in this bitch, motherfucker.
The poop commander is up in this bitch. You got it. Hey, I was just thinking about something because, like, I was planning next month, like, around my birthday, like, getting myself one of those shirts from the Suicidalist store. It'll be, like, the first thing I've ever ordered, like, through the mail as far as, like, RLP merch goes. Like, I'm used to just getting shit, like, at shows, you know what I mean? Like, that's where I've always gotten all my T-shirts and shit from RLP, but... Like, I'm going to fucking go ahead and order a shirt anyway just because. But I was thinking, man, it'll be the first T-shirt that I've ever ordered through the mail, first piece of merch I've ever ordered through the mail. Just in the past year is the first time in my life I ever ordered a CD in the mail. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm so used to just going to the record store and shit. It's like, they're all gone.
Yeah.
Man. It's just extinct. It sucks,
Yeah,
dude. It fucking sucks. I hate this shit.
Yeah, there's... The only record store I have in Chicago is fucking FYE, and they barely carry anything of Esham, Nodis. No, they only carry like big groups and shit. So I have to I'm always.
Oh yeah. They'll have
my...
the Aknu. They'll have the Aknu releases like fucking Sacrificial Lambs and Suspended Animation and shit, but that's about it.
The only album I found old school was Closed Casket.
Yeah, but then that's that Black reissue, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, let's let Sasha Doll up on here.
Hell yeah.
What up, Doe?
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going?
Good. What about you?
It's been good. I want to say that I've gotten an overwhelming response of just love from everybody for last week's interview.
That's
I've had a
awesome.
couple haters, but other than that, everybody's been showing the love, and that's pretty awesome.
Well, on YouTube, it's like, I read the comments today, and I took, time off. I read every comment. I'm like, really? Really? I just want to smack
I think I made
people.
some friends.
Yeah, everybody on my Facebook was really cool. I don't know what you guys have been getting because on my phone I can only check Facebook. And I've had a couple of idiots that I had to shut down. Like, one guy was like, really, I don't believe Jay would treat her like that. And I was like, really? Go ask Esham. And that shut him up right away.
Right.
So he went away right away after that. So there was no more drama with that idiot.
Well,
other than that, everyone's been really cool.
Well, Sasha, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people who need some anal ease.
Anal ease! Motherfuckers aren't using it. Seriously, man. I keep fucking trying to tell people, man. I've been, plugging the shit on my YouTube videos, trying to, promote it. Because, man, all these people are butthurt, man. Constantly. It's just butthurt everywhere. So I've just been, trying to give, digital links to anal ease so these people will go out and get some, man.
Well, and my thing is,
really...
it's been, my show's been off the air for how long now? if I was going to meow and bitch and complain because something went down and I got fired, I would have done it months ago. I haven't been on air in almost a year now. So, like, why am I going to sit there and make up some bullshit?
Yeah,
I've got better shit to do. I'm about to have a kid. I don't really care. Like, Jay's a fuck ass. He doesn't pay anybody. It is what it is.
If you were like the only person who would come out, if you were like the only person who would come out and said what you said, like I might be more skeptical. But since you're like the fifth or sixth person at least who's left that camp and basically said the same thing you've been saying, like it's been coming for years. People should have known by now. You know what I mean?
The even more fucked up part is that I didn't say because I was trying to kind of sugarcoat things in a way, is my ex, Will Sigler, you can look him up, Ominous the Clown, was hired to do all ages shows. This motherfucker is a convicted sex offender. You can go into the Ohio Sex Offender Registry. And I'm not even shitting you. He's in full face paint working all ages shows, hitting on little girls. And this is who Jay hired to now step up and possibly take Dylan's place.
You're going to make me catch a case right now.
That's some bullshit because remember, if anybody knows, ICP promotes like fuck child molesters, fuck everything, but then they go hiring sex offenders.
And you can prove it. You can go to OhioSexOffenderRegistry.com, OhioSexOffenderRegistry.com, type in William Lloyd Sigler. You will find Ominous the Clown. He drives the Hatchet Mobile. Everybody knows who this fucker is. He's got the black Malibu with all the Hatchet bullshit all over it. And, I mean, I swear to God, I would not make this up. Anyone that does not believe me, go to that website, look it up, and then look at the jump around video. The guy that's got the blood on his face that's getting the shit kicked out of him, that's Will in that video. You can go to Chris Benoit. He's one of the ones in the masks in that video as well. So, I mean, this can be substantiated. I'm not just spitting bullshit here.
Hey, can I ask you a question real quick?
And you can prove it.
Are you from Ferndale? I know you said you were out there. Is that where you're from?
No, I'm actually originally from Royal Oak. That's where I grew up.
That's where I was born and grew up until I was about 5 or 6, actually. I was born at the Beaumont right there. I lived on 12th and Crooks. But yeah,
so was
anyway,
I, and I lived at 14 and Crooks.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Anyway, the reason I asked is because I've been telling a lot of these people who don't believe me, but since you're from the area, you might know this, that nobody called themselves juggalos, especially in the Metro Detroit area, until the late 90s. Am I correct?
As far as I know, but again, as I've said before, I come from the steampunk and goth industrial scene. So I've always had friends that worked for the label, and I've been at a lot of parties. But the running joke with my friends was always, we'd go to these VIP parties. My good friend Eric Garcia, who I absolutely adore, got out of there before everything went bad. He was their programmer, and he would take me to every event. And the running joke is that I've talked to Joe and Joey a billion times and didn't know who they were without paint. So, I mean, I'm kind of the wrong one to ask about that, but I think you're right. From everything I know, I think that the term juggalo did not come around until, I want to say, early to mid-90s.
Right on.
Yeah. I don't know. I heard this. I don't know if I'm
No,
wrong.
the term juggalo, the term juggalo, as far as, like, towards the fan base, describing the fan base, it was juggalo was used, but the term juggalo didn't come out until Malingo, which was 97. And on that, what is a juggalo? You know, 'cause that's during the Riddlebox tour is when they got the word actually.
I was reading up on the word juggalo, and I guess they call during a show they're like, oh, what up juggalos or something, and it went over well, so they're like, oh, we're just gonna call our fans juggalos.
Yeah, it didn't even start in Detroit or Michigan though. It started like somewhere else, like fucking either down south or out west or something. You know what I mean? And then it ended up spreading from there. But, yeah, motherfuckers it took a while before I ever heard it in Michigan, especially in the Metro Detroit area.
Well, and then my other thing is what's with the Hatchet Girl? She wasn't around at the beginning. Why is that suddenly acceptable? The logo for the label is not a Hatchet Girl. It's the Hatchet Man. I mean, I'm cool with girls rocking the gear, but I think, yeah, the cleaver. I know. I always try to refrain from saying that because I'm so used to, like, sugarcoating that for them. But, yeah, it's a fucking cleaver. We all know it.
Right.
I'm sorry. It's just a fucking cleaver and a fuck up.
Everybody's got to acknowledge the meat cleaver. Just say meat cleaver man. You know, because you know.
You know what you know how I feel about the Hatchet Girl? It's like if Esham's like one day it's like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of this devil in the moon looks like a guy. We must turn him into a female. Like that's how I feel about it. It's like,
Fuck all
really?
that shit.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. That's exactly my point. You can't do that.
Can't fuck with
It doesn't suddenly become acceptable. If they had done both logos right from the inception of the label, I would understand it. But they didn't. So now you can't all of a sudden go back and do that.
Sasha, how I see it is like this. It's a marketing ploy to go cater towards the female crowd. Sure, that's okay. I can understand that. But how I would have
then you're not
about
then
it
you're not
is
underground
how,
because you're trying to make money, which is something you said you weren't going to do.
Yeah.
So if you're now catering towards
Exactly.
people, you're trying to make money, and you weren't supposed to do that.
Right.
So I mean,
what
you're
I'm
either
trying to
for or
get at is
against.
that, like, what they should have done is they should have signed like a female artist, and then bring the Hatchet Girl into the picture. You know, if they did it that
and
way,
that would have made
I
sense.
don't see any problem. Yeah, it would make sense. But now it's like, really? Okay. You know.
What they did was they took something that should have been sacred, that logo, and made it fucking a marketing scheme, and made it safe for other people to fucking change. Like with the toilet paper man, like that's what I'm rolling with. I ride with the toilet paper man. That's what I claim. That's why fucking Psychopathetic Records. And we got the toilet paper man, and I wouldn't have put toilet paper in the little dude's hand. Had they fucking already not started changing it up on their shit. They allow any type of fucking alteration on their logo. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, fuck it, why not, you know?
Well, and at the beginning, wasn't even it supposed to be a newspaper, and it was supposed to be Mad Paperboy?
I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I remember one year we pulled a big joke on the office staff, and for April Fools, I and some of my coworkers managed to convince everybody that we were changing back to Mad Paperboy, that we got sued. So it was this big fiasco in the office, and it was hilarious because somebody didn't clue Violent J in on the joke, and he came in all butthurt, and he was like, "What? We lost our name? How did that happen? When was the court hearing?" And he was all flipping out. He didn't even know about his own label. Fucking hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah, we literally, I sent around, me and some of the
That's
artists,
deep.
and I don't want to name names because they're still there, but we literally circulated this inter-office memo telling people here was the new logo and we had to switch back starting this date. And then we told them before they sent out the mass emailer the next day to check their inbox, and it was just going to be April Fools. We're not Mad Paperboy. Well, somehow Joe Bruce thought that we really had gotten sued and we were Mad Paperboy again.
Crazy.
So.
Well,
yeah, like how the
Sasha,
fuck do you not know what's going on with your own label?
Right. Well, Sasha, I don't know if you know this, but there was some juggalos that make like their own charms and shit up based off like strange music, you know, Not Enough Kings and shit like that. They just repress them and make them and sell them, right?
Right.
From down south. I don't know the actual people per se, but they got
Southern
sued
Psycho.
Huh?
It's Southern Psychopathic Hatchet Man, something to that effect.
Yeah, something
Like-
Southern something. Well, anyways, they were at the gathering last year that I went to, and they got served from Strange Music saying, if you sell any more Strange Music logo charms, we will sue your ass. Now, if they were a business, you know, and if they actually knew what was going on at Psy, they would know they should treat their fans like that. Like, hey, don't be making money off of us. That's our money, you know?
Exactly.
That's how they should have treated the Hatchet Man instead of letting people run with it. Like, you got people, Hatchet men or whatever, you got guys running around with chainsaws, meat cleavers, you know, all this other bullshit, like with a gun. You got a machete, you know, just...
Yeah, Jason Voorhees had one made. Kane Hodder, the original Jason. He had his made. Jason Mewes has one that was made for him. I don't remember what his is. But there are many, like, different famous people that have had them made, but then you have to treat the fans the same way.
Right.
It doesn't make sense to me the way they do things.
Man, yeah.
And again, like, you know, here we are, and I have to touch on this again. You have a convicted child molester running around in full paint as Death Pop that nobody knows is him, and he's at these all-ages shows, and he's paid to drive people around. He offers random juggalos and juggalettes rides. I mean, this is a guy
we
you don't...
We need a picture that we can post up
pictures.
everywhere, and I'll make a meme of it and just post the fuck out of it everywhere, and just let
this guy
everybody
needs to
know
be stopped.
this
And like I said,
motherfucker.
when I was dating him, he was like stealing my stuff out of my purse and everything, and like my tablets, my phones, everything. And you know, Joe didn't even do anything. He was just like, well, whatever. And I went to him about this guy, and I was like, look, this guy needs to be stopped. He's stealing things, and he's a convicted child molester first and foremost. Like, I don't care about my stuff. I care about protecting the fans out there. And to hire somebody like that is absolutely disgusting, and he needs to be ruined.
Well, these fucking parents were taking their kids to these fucking shows, man. Like, they need to be shaking the fuck out of.
This is a guy that shouldn't even be able, by his parole, and he's been back in on 2 parole violations, should not be allowed to cross the Ohio border. He is not supposed to leave the state. And yet Joe hires him and encourages this, and nobody does anything. So Joe is encouraging him to come across the border. He's very smart. He doesn't get pictures of himself unless he's in face paint. You know, other than the video they shot, the jump around video, you can see him without his paint. So you can see what he looks like. He's the guy that gets beat up by the...
He's like one ugly motherfucker.
Yeah, you know which guy he is, and yeah, and he's just encouraged to come up here, and you know nobody can prove that it's him because of all the face paint that he wears and everything. And he's very careful and very smart. His license plate is actually 2 whoops, the numeral 2 and then WHOOPS, and it's an Ohio plate. Look out for him; it shows. Seriously, watch your kids.
Yeah,
well,
like
you know, the other thing that I've noticed with this whole juggalo scene shit, a lot of people in Michigan don't take it as ridiculously serious compared to people outside of Michigan. The people outside of Michigan...
No, because we grew up with it. We're used to it. We're like, hey, there's Shaggy walking down the street in face paint. Hey, Shaggy, what's up? You know?
They think that Detroit is Juggalo land. Seriously, that's what these people out of state juggalos think, that Detroit is Juggalo world. Like, that's the gangbangers out there all face painted up and fucking shit. Like, squat the fuck.
Please,
for some reason,
people from different...
Sasha's call just got dropped for some reason.
His phone probably died again.
No, Sasha's phone just got dropped. I don't know why. But, you know what I mean? Like still, you know, like, everybody thinks that, like, Michigan's a juggalo land. In all actuality, it kind of is now. Huh?
Oh, okay. I thought I lost you there for a minute.
Yeah. Like, you cut out, too, in the middle of your, like, rant. You're like, right when you're like, Michigan, the FBI is listening on us, guys.
Ha Fuck the FBI. Fuck being indicted.
Dude, FBI should have a lot more better things to worry about than us. You know, they should.
No,
they don't want to fuck with the poop commander. They don't want to fuck with the poop commander. Best believe this shit.
Oh, hell no.
No.
Hell no.
Hermie will fuck them up, dude. Hermie will straight fuck them up.
I'll laugh at some guy outside Lucas's house in the fucking van going, these motherfuckers are talking about us. Like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, come on. That's gotta, like, can you just imagine if they're listening to us, they're like, and they listen to, like, the second episode we ever had, and it's like, these guys are talking about pissing in girls' butts. Oh, my God. We must indict them.
I'm sorry, I'm just fucking retarded right now.
Yeah, dude, like, still, like, fucking A. Like, everybody thinks that, like Sasha was saying before she got cut off, I don't know if she's calling back in or not. Well,
she got called off?
No, her call got dropped. For some reason. Same thing with Mordecai. So, but still. But like she was saying, like, it's so common for us, but other people it's not so common, like Dominic, and that's why other people get into it more often, or get into the music more.
Yeah, like, you don't.
And Jay, weren't you saying something like that to me a couple days back?
What? Okay, run it by me again.
Like how like people outside of Michigan treat the Juggalo shit a lot more ridiculously serious.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean,
dude,
that's not, if you, like, nobody in Detroit is saying whoop whoop. Ain't nobody got time for that out there. You know what I mean? Like, that's not Detroit. And even, like, outside of Detroit, there's not a large Juggalo population in the metro Detroit cities that I've been to, at least. And it's not like in other states. I've been to other states. I've been to the West Coast. I've been down south. I've been a little bit east. and I've seen a lot more jungle activity in all those other states that I've been to than I have Michigan by far.
Yeah, shit. If I came to Detroit, like here in Chicago, I see Hatchet Man once in a while. Like once in a while, I'll be driving and I'll be like, I'll see a juggalo in the corner of my eye. I'll be like, I'm not gonna stop. I'm just gonna keep going.
Do you know how many times I've seen something RLP related in all those different states I've been to?
Not a lot.
0.
I've seen one. I've seen one RLP shirt in Chicago.
Oh wait, Sasha's
one.
calling back in. You guys, Sasha's calling back in. I'm gonna let her on.
That's a shame.
Hey,
That's all. Shame.
Sasha, you're on.
Yeah, she's just taking a drink of juice, and she'll be right back in a second. She got to stay by the plug because the bitch just died on her.
Ah, that's what happened. Okay, that's all good, man. It's all good. How are you, man? Is you coming out with a new album soon or something?
Yeah, I'm working on getting the funds together right now, but I'm going to be dropping the Scrubby and Bloody EP in the next month or so. And I got Voodoo's Hit Chant selling right now. I actually got to order another fucking box of those. But,
right on. That's the deal.
Yeah, there's a whole download for it on FagoLovers.net.
Right on.
Right on.
But
yeah,
anyway, I'm going to pass the phone back to Sasha so I can finish hitting this blunt because I don't want to smoke all over.
Right on.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Blaze one for the wicked.
Hey, sorry about that.
Oh, that's all good.
Brand new phone, and I didn't recognize the beeping of the battery going, so it had a surface charge, and I didn't realize it. Oh, the wonderful technology of smartphones. So, yeah,
Great.
where were we?
Right
Okay.
So
I'm a proud owner of a flip phone.
I'm a proud owner of a flip phone. I like that.
Goddamn right.
Right.
Sorry,
but no,
Jay. I'm
last we
making a meme
left
of you.
off. Last we left
Metro
off.
PCI.
All right.
Yeah, so
Well,
like we were saying,
off.
this guy goes to these all-ages shows. He's all painted up. He's not even supposed to be in Michigan. And here Joe is. And Joe knows about his record because I went to Joe and said, dude, you don't want him doing the driving for you guys. I know his car looks fresh and everything, but you don't want this. And
if he
like,
comes
oh,
out here to Grand Rapids, I'm going to go up to the show and fucking, at very least, harass the motherfucker for him to leave. Or
for sure.
We'll see. We'll see how far he wants to. But anyway, no, man, seriously, if he comes out here, yeah, man. And in the meantime, I want to get a picture of this fucker. So, like I said, I can post it around and let motherfuckers know exactly, you know.
Well, usually whatever show he goes to, he's either dressed like Desktop, like the artist that's on stage, or if there are two artists performing, he'll be divided down the middle, and half of them will be, say, ABK, and half of them will be Blaze, or Docs, and, you know, whoever, both are Twisted, or whatever. So, I mean, he's really easy to spot, and his costumes and his paint are always top of the line. But it's the same thing as when Joe hired Sativa. He just, you know, people there can either do favors or sleep their way to the top, and if you don't, you get cut, you get kicked out. You know, and it's not even that I got kicked out. He offered me another show, and I don't want to do it. I'm just not happy. Yeah. Being stuck with Sativa, she slept with, and I'm not going to put names on blast, but she slept with everybody that managed the radio station. And then one of them had a wife and kids, and when he was unseparated from his wife and they decided to get back together, he turned around and told Sativa that he did not want her anymore, and she turned around and called Child Protective Services on him. So this is another truly evil person. And then when I tried to stand up for this person because I knew he took care of his daughter, and I knew he was a good dad, and I knew Mom was okay because I knew them personally, I babysat for the child. My mom, working for Detroit Public Schools and in the special ed department, had connections to help me save this child because there was no reason for her to end up under the state. We managed to save her, so then Sativa turned around and called the DNR, the Michigan Department of Natural Resources, and proceeded to tell them that Annabelle, my possum, is wild and that she bites people and that I don't warn anyone, that I just let her, like, go wild through the house and she's vicious. And anyone that's seen Miss Bell knows that she's the sweetest thing in the world and that just is not a reality. Fortunately for me, my DNR coach actually is from Grand Rapids, and he made the trip all the way to Ferndale in about an hour and spared Belle's life, or she would have been taken and put down. And at that point, I just decided to put on my and at that point, I just put on my Facebook that Belle was no longer with us because I didn't want any drama and any, further damage. So I apologized for doing that. However, I had a family to protect, and that included Belle. I raised her since she was little and pink and about an inch long. So, she still had her umbilical cord when she was found, and I went through my vet training and DNR courses just to keep her. There was no other purpose, just because I wanted Belle. So, to almost have her ripped from me, literally out of my arms as I was waiting for my DNR coach, that pretty well fucked me up.
Yeah. So what does everyone think about Docs being back on Psychopathic Records? That's
dude lost weight.
Oh,
Docs. Yeah.
I was never a fan of his to begin with.
Personally,
honestly, I don't know, but I think that if he's coming back to finish the contract because they really screwed him over, I'm really hoping he's just there for the one album that they tried to sue him over. From what I understand, and this one I have to consider the source, but from what I understand, they weren't letting him into the studio, and then they tried to sue him for breach of contract. Now, again, I'm not sure if that's true, but if that is, I hope he's just back to finish the one album that he was under contract for, and that then he's done again, because he can do so much better on his own.
Yeah,
right.
Just like Twisted. I can't wait to hear the new Nightmare album. That's gonna.
Oh, I can't wait either.
However,
yeah,
Boondocks,
I'm actually looking forward to
that motherfucker, Boondocks, he lost mad weight. Oh my god, dude. On that,
I know.
When I'm clowning video, I saw him. I'm like, dude.
Oh, dude, that was
as fuck,
man, fuck whoever fucking posted that video. It made me watch that fucking shit, dude. That shit. I seriously felt like a legitimate retarded person when I was done watching it, man. Like, I was drooling. Like, that's how fucking much intelligence it sucked out of my brain just to watch that fucking video.
Well, that's just the thrills in it. Anytime there's a pedophile involved, you just lose intelligence.
Oh, my God. Holy shit.
I like Danny Brown's verse. I'm not going to lie.
Dude, Danny Brown.
I didn't even really care for. I'm not a big fan of his either, to tell you the truth. The shit I've heard, I'm not really impressed. I like that one collab he did with Esham, though. That was dope. But other than that,
the only problem I have with him is his voice. That's the only problem I have with him.
Exactly. That's what. Yeah, he's a dope lyricist, but that nasally ass.
It's all about delivery. You can't just have the good lyrics. You have to have the delivery.
Yeah.
And you've either got it or you don't. It's not something that can be taught or learned. You've either got it or you don't. You can improve over time, but you can't be taught rhythm and you can't be taught where the hook goes and where this goes and where that goes. It just doesn't work.
Is Danny Brown running with the meat cleaver now by any chance?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm kind of out of the loop, and other than certain artists I have that are friends that I can't betray their confidence, I don't know.
He was repping that meat cleaver man in the video.
Yeah, my guess would be probably because they don't usually allow people to rep the hatchet in videos unless they are part of the hatchet. So.
Yeah, look at Dope Dublin.
Meat cleaver.
Like Dope Dublin.
As it were, the cleaver.
It is a hatchet, man. Don't lie to yourself. It is a hatchet, man.
It's a cleaver, man. Look at it, dude. Look,
you can call it whatever you want. You can call a rose a lily, but it's still a rose. It's a fucking cleaver.
This is real talk. We call it cleavers here. We don't call it hatchets.
No. Fine, it's a cleaver. Fine, it's a cleaver.
Yes, cleaver's good, yes. Hell yeah.
Okay, I'm looking at it right now. And, okay,
let's go.
I have to agree with you. It's a cleaver. I'm literally staring at the fuck.
And hatchets don't have that hole in the top to hang them from your butcher's apron. Yeah, it's totally a cleaver.
Yeah.
How is that a hatchet?
Now, ABK has made like Hatchet Man because he has like an actual hatchet in his little dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like the native thing. That's a fucking Hatchet Man. What he does.
Yeah, that's totally ABK for you. He can't stand anything that's not correct, and it's great. It's great. He's a great guy too.
Let's see. Fuck, Cleaver Man. I think I understand why they changed it because Cleaver Man sounds really gay.
It sounds better.
But then draw a hatchet in the motherfucker's hand. Don't put a cleaver there.
MCM, Meat Cleaver Man.
The thing is,
just call him a chef.
I think they named it Hatchet Man because a lot of stuff you can write a little bit more with Hatchet than Cleaver.
But
Well,
either
then
way,
why not
look, if
just
you're
draw
running
the hatchet there? If you drew the original logo, you can draw the hatchet instead of the cleaver.
Exactly, and either way, if you're running with a cleaver or a hatchet, then it's dangerous. If you fall and trip, you're gonna fucking stab yourself.
It's like scissors. You don't run with scissors either way.
You're not supposed to be running with sharp objects. You can't run with scissors. You can't run with knives. None of that shit, man. That's why toilet paper is the best bet. You got to run with the toilet paper.
Or bubble wrap. You could run with bubble wrap. That's nice and safe.
There you go.
Right on.
Bubble
That's
wrap.
still
is
better
safe.
than the meat cleaver. That's all.
Right.
Don't poke your eye out.
Let's go with that.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
You'll shoot your eye out.
You'll shoot. Oh my God, I love that fucking movie.
That movie is great. The
I grew
song
up
flow
watching
of
it.
electric
Big fan
sex
movie.
in the window with the lamp. I love that
yeah.
part. My favorite.
I actually wanted to be. My dad actually bought me a BB gun, and I shot something and it shot me back. So I can believe shooting your eye out can happen.
Well, that's what he
Dude,
did in the
my mom-
movie. He hit the metal of the roof and it came back off the icicle, and like the icicle broke in his eye or whatever.
Yeah. Fuck it.
My mom never let me have a BB gun, but by the time like I was 13, I had a whole bunch like hidden in my fucking bedroom and shit or around the house.
Oh, we snuck them, and to this day I have a BB lodged like somewhere near my rib cage. My cousin and I used to take them out, and we'd get bored and couldn't find shit to shoot at, so we'd just shoot each other, and you know. And we couldn't say anything. It's like I couldn't go to my grandma and be like, "Hey, I need to go to the hospital. What do you think of this?" Because then we'd have both been in deep shit. So it was like, I'm just gonna bandage this up, and I'll be all right. I don't need stitches, so I'll be all right.
Me and my friends used to have like the plastic BB guns that don't hurt but they like sting, and we used to just go to the park.
Ones,
Yeah, we used to
I
just
have
go
those
to the park
CO2.
and start shooting each other. And one day the fucking cops come and they're like, "Oh my God!" So they all start flashlighting us and they're like, "What are you doing? Is that a gun? Is that a gun? Are you trying to shoot him? What the hell?" And they're like, they throw us to the ground and then we're like, "It's a BB gun, officer." And my dad had to come and get us, and he was like, "It's a BB gun," and they had guns drawn on us. I'm like, damn.
Right. And it's like, couldn't you see the orange tip from 8 billion miles away?
Right.
Because ours had those bright orange tips, and like if you painted over it, that was like a big no-no. You had to keep the orange tip on it.
Yeah,
And all
cops
like
here in Grand
to shoot
Rapids.
one buddy.
Yeah, here in Grand Rapids, there was
Cops like
here
an
in Grand
excuse.
Rapids. Yeah.
Any excuse to pull a gun on a kid, because I guess it makes them feel manly or something. I don't know.
Yep.
Like hospital security, they tried to muscle me and Bam out of the hospital, and they've got this big old beefy guy, and I just turn around and I'm like, does it make you feel good to follow a 115-pound little girl out of the hospital like this? What's the matter?
Right.
Cut it in cop school? Like, really, you got to be all on my ass following me out? Like, what am I going to do?
Right.
Don't go to Beaumont Hospital. Don't do it. It was great years ago, not so much anymore.
Yeah, I've been there fucking too many times to count, man. Crittenden's even worse out by like Rochester, man. I fucking used to go there a lot too.
That
and then
got
St.
bought out by
Joe's.
DMC, and they're actually a lot better now. That's where all my doctors for my pregnancy and everything are through now, and they're great. I have to say, DMC is amazing. They
See,
treat
all my
me with
kids were,
respect. They don't care about our crazy hair and our clothes and whatever. They're just awesome.
Wait,
all my
the
kids
hospital's name? I heard DMT.
DMC.
Oh, I was like, okay, is that hospital doing DMT? I'm like, I don't think that's a good hospital.
all my kids were
DMC.
all my kids. All my kids. All my kids were born at St. Joe's in Pontiac. Fucking,
they're
actually
pretty good
not
too.
a bad hospital.
They did my appendix, and they were really good. They were really sweet to me there too. But DMC just has more variety, and if I have a lupus attack, we have to get there really quick, especially with the pregnancy. So
yeah.
we would have gone with St. Joe's, but they only have like the two hospitals, whereas DMC has their surgery centers and their pregnancy centers all over Michigan.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jay, I have a question. Do you just like if your kids run with scissors, you go like, you're not a juggalo. You cannot run with scissors. You cannot run with scissors.
Here, take this instead.
I don't ever want my kids to hear the word juggalo, much less, you know what I mean, would I ever fucking...
Once they walk in the room.
Seriously. My kids have no idea. My oldest kid, he's 13, and, you know, that's my son, and he knows, like, he figured it out. But, like, my other kids, I mean, they're too little, and I don't even want them to, I don't let them hear rap music or Wicked Shit or any of that shit, you know what I mean?
It's funny how shit changes when you're about to be a parent, and you're just like, oh, my God, if my kid did that, like, you see some kid in public, and you're like, oh, my God, if my kid did that, he wouldn't sit for a week, or he'd be in the car. Like, I would not let my kid scream in a restaurant like that. Oh, hell no. You know, it's funny because I used to tell people, like, somebody's kid walked up to me when I had Annabelle on my shoulder, and the kid was, you know, appropriate, and he asked the right questions. He's like, is she friendly? Has she had her shots? Can I pet her? And I was like, sure. So the mom came up. Dad comes up behind the mom. They pull the kid away, and Dad goes, you know, if I had my gun, I'd shoot that thing. And I was like, well, maybe I feel the same about your kid. And I walked away, you know, because the kid was like, oh, wild and short, but he was nice to Annabelle. So it's like, well, did you ever think that maybe I raised this thing like you raised your kids? Because I really did. So, like, I kind of feel the same way. Like, how are you going to walk up to me and say you'd shoot my possum off my shoulder, but your kid can run wild in the store? My kid won't be running wild in the store, I can tell you that.
Shit, I didn't run wild in the store.
Sasha,
my mom would backhand
I work at Kmart, all right?
Uh-huh.
I have to deal with little Mexican kids that don't speak English, run around the store knocking shit over and all that. After I spend like an hour fixing like a toy aisle, dump through, climb on the shelves and shit, and like by law
and
we
throw
can't
it all
say, hey, by law we can't say, hey, get down, you know, or hey, go to your mother, you know, or anything like that.
Oh God. See, when I was a kid, we didn't even think of that. Like, children were seen and not heard unless we were outside in the yard playing. In public, It was you stand between your grandparents, you don't make a peep, or you're sitting in the shopping cart, and if you do anything crazy, you're in the car with your grandfather, and you won't like it.
Dude,
it's like we weren't, like, if we even cried in public, we were removed from wherever we were.
My folks, they were like this. My folks, they were like this growing up with me. They were like, okay, that's right. You try crying. You try doing that stuff. See what happens when we get home. See what happens when we get home.
Let me know how that works out for you when we get home and you're sitting in a chair all day writing about what you did, how it affected everyone, and why you won't do it again. Because that's what we had to do. It's like 500-word essays. That's why my family has the vocabulary we do, because the kids all got in trouble all the time. So we were always sitting down writing because that's the way they taught us.
No, my mom, if I did something wrong that day, my mom would be like, wait till your father gets home. Wait.
Oh,
and I'm like, well, what is my father going to do if my father would walk through the door? I'm like, Mom, please don't tell him. Please don't tell him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God, I'll do anything. I'll do the chores for a week. I'll do the dishes even. I'll even walk the dog. I don't care. My brother's diapers, sure, no problem.
Nope, you've had enough.
Let's make a deal.
You've had enough chances. Get in your room.
That's why I feel sorry
totally.
I think Chris Rock did this joke. I feel sorry for single mothers because there's no powerful word more than I'll tell your father. There's no more powerful word than that. I think Chris Rock did that joke like on his an old tour and back in the 90s.
Oh, we're gonna end it here.
I think you're right. I think I remember that.
Poop. Good luck. Peace out, y'all. Poop.
Oh, it's ending. See ya.
Oh, see ya. Bye.